Hey guys, how's everyone? I got Jason and Dan up. They're doing a live stream, getting in some reps. Jason's looking good. He's put on some muscle. I mean, he's always fit. He's always looked fit, but he's gotten thicker. Kat, how are you? I'm in the right place. You are always in the right place, Kat. Wherever you are is the right place. You know that, and I mean that sincerely. You are a warm and welcoming presence um, that I always look forward to seeing here. So, thank you, my friend, for being here, for being my friend, uh, and for joining these live streams. It's much appreciated. Hey, Emily, how are you? Emily says, I'm here. Yes, you are, my friend. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. I just got a package delivered, but I don't feel like going down and getting it right now. But I will have to shortly. Unfortunately, we have some people who might steal packages. Doesn't It's actually only happened to me once, but it does happen to some neighbors. And this is 2 pounds of oatmeal. I can't afford to lose my oatmeal. Let's see. Danny says, "Hey Danny, hey Yogi, I haven't been around much. Very busy, but always dropping a light, my friend. I appreciate that, Danny. I appreciate that. I understand that. You know, life takes us away from YouTube, and we have limited time. So, hey, I appreciate just a drop by wave. So, thanks. I hope you're well, my friend." Emily says, "Yeah, why do people have to steal? So annoying and unfair. Enjoy oatmeal." Thank you, Emily. And you know what? If someone knocked on my door and said, "Hey, I could use a bowl of oatmeal," I'd pull up a chair, ask them to sit down, make them a bowl of oatmeal, uh, and give them half of what I have here, maybe even more. Um, hey, Amanda, we got away from Amanda. Danny says, "I'm doing okay. Hope you're well too, Yogi." I am doing good. Hey, Chris. Chris, how are you? Danny says hi on the chat. So, hey, Chris. Hey, Big Al. How are you guys? So, we got right here Jace and Dan doing their live stream as well. Plus, our friend Jesse. If you guys don't know Jesse Pollack, big reps, guys. Hey, Jim Rat. Oops, Jim Rat's over there. He's over there. Jace's. I'm reading the wrong chat. Nature says, "Doing great. How are you and everyone?" I'm doing good, Chris. Big Al says, "Howdy. How are you, Big Al?" Legendary Princess says, "Coming in to say hi to everyone. I hope you have a great day." Thank you, Princess. You too. Emily says, "I love oatmeal. It's so good. Yogi, you're so kind." Thank you, Emily. And yeah, oatmeal is a staple. Oatmeal, lentils, rice, a vegan's best friend, especially you know a vegan who's on a budget, because man, you can get a big old bag of lentils and a big old bag of rice and a big old bag of oatmeal, and you're good to go. Everything else is, um, you know, it's good to have, but it's sort of decorations. It's additional. You can live forever on rice, oatmeal, and lentils. Now, I like to have plenty of fresh fruit, plenty of fresh vegetables. I have a mixture of nuts, almonds, walnuts, and one Brazil nut a day. I've often told that's so weird. It's so odd. You have one Brazil nut and you have approximately 12 almonds every day. Why are you so weird? I don't know. Because I am. Simply says, when in public, tell people you see that you love them. In your mind, simply say, I love you to them as you pass them by, because the subconscious hears and feels the intention. Thank you, Sniper. That is the same as the silent namaste, as well as meta meditation, which Skits has been doing. Hey, Easy. Easy says, random question, but what kind of vehicle do you drive? Uh, my feet. My feet, unfortunately. And it's been weighing heavy on me a bit. Things don't often weigh heavy on me, but I lost two cars in the space of 3 years. One was a car that I inherited from my father, um, through all kinds of messed up stuff. I feel like I let my dad down. Um, and what's weighing on me lately is, I've always been kind of solitary. It was an issue during my marriage. Um, but and I don't mind spending time by myself. I don't mind spending a lot of time by myself. But it's good to have, that escape valve. You get in your car and you go visit a friend, or you go, for me, going to the bookstore, even going grocery shopping, because I managed to like make friends with every cashier, every barista, in a not just like a high thing, but like I'm still Facebook friends with some of the baristas that I knew when I wrote my first book, 2000, 1999. Um, and so it was good to have that escape valve, which I don't have now. And um, my personish, along with my loner part-time dog, I haven't seen him in several weeks because she's going to school full time, 6 classes, not just full time, but 6 classes. So this is as socially isolated as I've ever been, to the point where, like I said, even being solitary, it weighs on me now. Like I should probably now I do. My brother and I share the house that we inherited, but we have different schedules, and um, so I don't even really see him. I got my annoying upstairs cat and my less annoying downstairs cat. So we got lots of people asking me if I want to earn some money. Um, sure. What did I missed? Hey Rob, I missed what Biden supporter said. Seems to require the naughty step for 5 minutes. If you want to try again, after that, you're welcome. Just raise that frequency of yours, or as we've often said, you know, be funnier. If you're gonna troll, be funny, be original, and be funnier. So what Princess says, just move the stuff from my apartment. You just like rearranging. So, yep. To answer your question, easy. Sorry for that long-winded answer. I am not driving right now. Tor says, nice. Hey, Tor. Big sales bots to scammers, advertising scammers. Emma says, I think they're bots. I was about to say, well, bots are people too, but I guess they're not, right? Hey, Song of Hand. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm dealing with a cat that likes to stick her claws into my leg for attention. Easy says, what the heck's going on? I would imagine that even bots help out the chat, right? If they are bots, they might be, they might not be. Hey, if anyone pops in and they're advertising to sell discount oatmeal, let me know. I might be in the market. 2 pounds that I bought will last me, man, it might last me 2 months. I have oatmeal twice a day. Emily says they're bots. I think they're gone. The count's made today. Got you. Well, I hope I hope they make them some money, even just like popping in. If they do, whoever they're working for, I wish them all the best. Emily says, yeah. So how are you, Emily? Hey, do the mods. Thanks. Well done, guys. You are on point. I appreciate that. And you know what? I appreciate the concern that you guys take for the conversation, for the chat. Bots have no empathy. Kenneth Wapnick, maybe the greatest Course in Miracles teacher of all. Maybe Bill Thetford, who was one of the original scribes. Emily says, good, Yogi, thanks. You're welcome, Emily. Says, I hope they watch the advert. I hope so, too. Easy says, don't say Derek because they will come back to sell you oatmeal. It's got to be discount oatmeal, though. I'm stocked up on rice. I'm stocked up on lentils. I'm stocked up on oatmeal. Good to go. So now I just supplement, with bananas and apples, dates, nuts, and vegetables, specifically leafy greens. Emily says, oh, she has to go. Well, thanks for coming in, Emily. I much appreciate it. She said it's late for me. It's nearly 10. Well, it is. It is late. You have a good night's sleep, my friend. The boss says, writing's not easy. I agree. That's why Grammarly can help. I could probably, I wonder if this is someone who, a bot, who has spotted my spotty grammar in my writing that I post, and decided this guy is definitely in the market for Grammarly. Hey, Bob. Bob, how are you? So easy. I highly recommend Herds of the Cosmos, which is the meditations on the Aramaic words of Jesus. It's so the things that we've taken for granted, and it's so focused on the breath. So, we're familiar with the same with the Lord's Prayer is in here. Highly recommend it. So how you doing, Bob? So I was going to talk about Kenneth Wapnick. Big Al says it's 9:40 here. He says, be kind to everything. Everything. And I talk about this often, especially in my 5 a.m. live streams. And he says, be kind to your car, be kind to your keyboards, be kind to your glasses, be kind to everything. Your mailbox key. It's a practice. Because you are bypassing, whenever you're being kind like that, you're bypassing the ego. Nature says, I need to get lentils. I forgot to get them yesterday. I actually have them sent to me. Actually, I got lentils for Christmas. So in one form or another, Mocha and I have been together for 23 years. From dating to marriage to divorce to navigating the post-divorce waters to other aspects. And I guess when you've been together for that long, practical presents are the best. I got lentils for Christmas and rice, organic. They got the fancy stuff. Zipper says, I learned we can create this here too, knowing that time is man made. Now it's all now. Facing fears and the heart connection to empathy, not the empathy that people skill, unconditional love. Nailed it. Beautifully said. Goes back to Gerald Jabalansky, who was one of the original teachers. Well, not one of the originals, but an early teacher of A Course in Miracles. His wonderful book, Love is Letting Go of Fear, which I'm rereading. I pulled it out to show people in my members live stream talking about the course, and I decided to reread it. It's been a while. Hey, Abigail. Abigail, how are you? Bob says, "I'm good, pal. Just tired. Starting to run and bike again. Nice. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I mentioned to you before. Hey, Nikki Lee. Nikki says, Yogi, thank you, my friend. I'm making a kettlebell sport comeback. I don't know if I'm going to step on the platform. I just have some numbers. I'll do my little by myself competition. Chris says that's a great gift for Christmas. It is a great gift. Chris says, Biden supporter, you need more love in your life. Let's see. Please no spamming the same comment over and over again. Just once will do. Eric, we'll get to it. Eventually. Hey, Willa. Willa says, I'm sorry. Just had a power cut. Well, without power, lights went out. So not the best, but I'm back. Sorry. Never need to apologize, my friend. Happy that you're here. Happy that all is well. Sniper, you said that you learned, and your statement up above. What was the uh, what was the spark that led to that inspiration? Abigail says hi to Nikki. Big Al says, Squirrel, why have you changed that bot to 10 seconds? There you go. Sniper says, we shall see if it's a bot, Big Al. Abigail says, hi to dog. Sniper says, come back tomorrow and try again. Interesting. Hey, Llama. Llama, how are you? Llama says, hi to Squirrel Sniper. Abigail's doing amazing. I'm glad to hear that. She says, Squirrel, you're super fast. Squirrel's no joke in the moderating department. He mods for some big channels, some big live streamers. So this is like a walk in the park for him. Big Al says, I would be too, nature, but I don't know anyone complaining that I'm timing everyone out. Well, I think, I think we know. In a case like this, I think it's pretty easy to tell. Sniper says, greetings to Llama. Abigail says, good job, Mod. Big Al says, oh, I read that. I appreciate the thought, though, Big Al. Hey, how was the gaming today? You said you're going to spend the day gaming. Willa says, how are you? I'm doing okay. Chris says, gifts from people that know us well. Thoughtful gifts are awesome. You're right about that. I'm at the point, anyone wants to buy me a gift, food and books. And those are the necessities of my life. Let's see. Willa says, how's everyone? So how are you, Willa? Hey, Shahai, how are you, my friend? Hi, Yogi Bro. It's nice to see you, my friend. Chris gives a big thumbs up to Big Al. Jahai says, like done, appreciate that. Lama says, I'm good, Yoda. How are you? Glad to hear that, Lama. Yoda says, not good. So if we were to look for something good, hey, Willow, how about if you and I look for something good together? What do you think we could find? Well, it says, because when the lights went off, I might have done something to myself to hurt myself bad, and now I'm refusing to go to the hospital. Don't refuse to go to the hospital, please. If something, if you think that you are hurt, regardless of how it happened, seek help. Seek help. Well, it says perfect food and books. Perfect, Yogi. Yeah, there you go. All I need. Shahai says you're Superman. Thank you. Thank you for those kind comments on my kettlebell workouts. Big Al says, yeah, Yogi, I'm on for other people, and they moaned at me for giving lots of timeouts. So it took a few days away from their streams. Gaming was good, Yogi. Thanks. Galson have been an issue today. I'm sorry to hear that. Glad to hear that the gaming was great. Well, says I'm not good, but how is everyone? Nothing is good. Well, let's work on that. How serious do you think he might be hurt before we go any further? Lama says, oh, Yoda, you should go to the hospital even if you're hurt. I agree. Jahai says, please smile one time for me. Well, I have to now because you just made me smile. And what a warm welcome that you gave me on your live stream. You and Village Foods. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That just the things that you said touched my heart. So, guys, I made a promise. Daisy May said, hey, Yogi. And today is Daisy May's birthday. I never thought that I would sing on YouTube because I can't sing, YouTube or otherwise. I used to do okay singing karaoke, as I mentioned before, because I would mainly sing Neil Diamond songs. It's hard to go wrong singing Neil Diamond songs. I would sing Elvis. You can really go wrong doing Elvis, but it depends on the song. However, here we go, guys. This is for Daisy May. This is for Kelly. Join in with me, even though no one else is going to hear you. Here it goes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kelly Daisy May. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Willow, I'm going to ring the bell for Daisy May, but I'm going to give a second. Can you put the sound down for 1 second? Thanks for singing with me, guys. All right, here we go. Willow, done. There you go, my friend. Big Al says, I'll catch you all tomorrow. See you later. See you, Big Al. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. 23 thumbs up, guys. Appreciate that. Daisy, how was your birthday so far? Willis says, wouldn't surprise me if I broke my arm, but oh well. Hey, let me ask you a question, Willa. If you are in pain, Nature says, Yogi, you're going to sing happy birthday? Yes. I might even sing it again before Kelly leaves. Willow, do you consider yourself my friend? Hey, Skits. Skits says, hi, Yogi, and hi, chat. Skits, how are you? Shahai says, Yogi, how are you? Hey, one more time, guys. Thanks for joining in with the singing. Thomas says, well, you should get a plaster. or some covering the scab or whatever it is to stop the bleeding. Yes. Abigail says, have a good day, Big. Daisy says, had a squirrel. Hey, Jamie. Jamie Jones says, hi, it's nice to see you, Jamie. Lots of love for Daisy. Shahai says, Yoda, I'm good and happy, but miss my Joshua. Maybe Joshua will stop in tonight. Let's hope. Shahai says, like Joshua. Joshua's awesome. Daisy says, it's been wonderful. Can't beat what just happened here. That was the best. Absolutely my pleasure. Skit says, I'm well, Eric Bro. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, Skits. Yoda says, it's fine. I can't be bothered to do anything to it. If it's broken, well, I'm going to the hospital. Not going to the hospital. Well, here's the thing. You have a reason not to. I wish you would do it. I wish you would do it for me, as my friend. I can understand you not wanting to go, and I'm not going to press. But we're all concerned about you. Daisy says, thank you all for the love. Absolutely, Daisy. Skit says, hi, Abigail. How are you, my friend? Are you okay, friend? Hey, Adam. Sweating and smiling says, hello, everyone. Good reps today, Adam. Hey, did you guys know that Sweating and Smiling is a graffiti artist? But he has a very select medium. It's his t-shirt. Every burpee workout, he sweats a different artistic pattern on his chest. One time, it was a perfect replica of Mickey Mouse. I'm not making it up. Adam backed me up on this. And he often does a heart. It doesn't sound good, Willow. That doesn't sound good at all. Daisy says, hi, sweating. Peter says, last time someone was in the hospital, they died. I'm not going there. But you gotta need to get that looked at. What about the ER? What about a clinic? 24-hour clinic. Hey, Nightmare. Nightmare says, so friend. Hey, Nightmare. I just sang happy birthday. It is Daisy May's birthday. Legitimately. Not like my birthday. Shahai says, send some love. Thank you, Shahai. Cypher says, you see the bone? Oh, okay. That will be okay then. Can you feel my sarcasm? I often use that trait. Chris says, though, Nightmare. Urgent care. Yes. What about urgent care? Nightmare says, hi, nature. Daisy says, hi to Nightmare. Willa says, I don't know. I'm just leaving it. I wish I could convince you otherwise. I don't know what I could do to convince you otherwise, except to let you know that I care about you, that we care about you, and that knowing that you are hurt hurts us as well. Nightmare says, so Daisy, happy birthday. You share the same birthday as Yogi. That's awesome. Jace was celebrating my birthday earlier. Yoda says, I don't know where the nicest one um, where the nicest one is from my house. Do you have someone that would take you there? Yep, Sweatin says I did Mickey Mouse before. I usually do hearts because I love my viewers. What a great gift. The gift of a graffiti heart on his t-shirt as he works out. This is why you guys, I hope you're all subscribed to Sweatin' and Smiling, because he literally sweats art for his viewers. Well, says probably should, but last time someone died there, I don't trust them. Well, it's hard to say though. Hey, Vern. Vern says, hey, you're in chat. What's up, Vern? Naima says, I was mad I missed breathwork earlier. We will do some more tonight for sure. Willa says, nope, just me, myself, and I. Daisy says, I have to go. Starting puzzle early tonight. Well, Daisy, thank you for coming in and spending some of your birthday time with us. It's good to send in some love. Happy birthday, my friend. You deserve the happiest of days. Daisy says, thank you so much. Chris says, you can look it up on Google. Yeah, maybe you can find a different place to go to. Sniper says, very wisely, to Willow, you say you don't know, so listen to others for friendly advice on to what you should do. Excellent. Agreed 100%. Daisy says, thanks for having me. Always, my friend. Vern says, hey, Daisy, I'm looking forward to puzzle time. Nice. Nightmare says, I don't trust them either, Yoda. The hospitals here are horrific. But she might have a broken arm, Nightmare. Taking my nighttime supplement. Willow says, I'm not trusting people that kill people and save them. So confusing. Can we do breath work this live? We can do breath work. Daisy says, love you, my friends. Thanks, Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. Bird says, hi to Abigail. Sniper says, Yoda, next best thing is a vet. There you go. Abigail says, hi to Vern. Abigail says, love you guys. We love you too, Abigail. Willa says, Squirrel Sniper, what are you saying? Hey, they fix broken bones all the time. Sniper says he's asked for a vet himself for some help. It says, hey, Nightmare Bro, how's it going? Says it's going good. Hey, Michael. Michael says, sorry I'm late. I'm eating dinner. That's okay, Michael. Sniper says to Willow, you know exactly the marks on your arm and legs. The nurse or doctor will ask about will not. Just emphasize. She says, yeah, for dogs. So we might do some weird breathing tonight. Hey, Willow. How are you with? I know some noises can be a trigger. Hey, Jamie. Jamie Brown says, hi, Yogi. Jamie, I liked what you said about goals. When you asked about the goals that you had and you mentioned your channel and what you would like to achieve. Well, very well put. One of the breaths that I'd like to do, it's a favorite for a lot of people. It's called Brahmari breath, which means bee's breath. Black bee, as a matter of fact. And you make a humming noise. But I know that some noises can act as a trigger. So, how are you with humming? Good says, glad to hear it, Nightmare. And ditto, brother. Always good to see you and all these wonderful people in chat. Always awesome to have you here, Skits. Sniper says to Willa, okay, you know, I've lived through it. So, yeah, we're talking about some humming. Not super loud, but steady. If you're at all concerned, maybe we shouldn't do it. But it's a very relaxing, very soothing breath. It is great for anxiety. It's great for helping us get ready to sleep. It lowers blood pressure. It decreases stress. It lowers the heart rate. Improves concentration, and it becomes what's called pratyahara, which is the fifth limb of the 8 limbs of yoga, which means pratyahara means withdrawal of the senses. So it becomes a form of self-inquiry and meditation, of just resting in the vibration of the hum itself. Naima says, they told my uncle he had a year to live. He's still alive 7 years later. Well, I'm glad about that. Jimmy says, that is Skits. Skits says, no way, Nightmare. That's crazy, but amazing. What a legend. And it's Chase Clueless. Hey, but it's largely free for you guys, isn't it? Clueless says, little ones not bad, but loud ones not the best, but probably be okay. She says, it's fine. We can do it. Okay, I'll demonstrate in just a little bit. We want to see if anyone else shows up. Let me know who might be interested in doing Bee's Breath. I know that Sniper's done it, and I know that Nightmare's done it. Toy Pups, who's not here right now, I know she's done it. Sweat Smile says, as long as it's not a major factor in urgent care, can help. So that's a thought. Do you guys have an urgent care there? Thank you, Sweatin. Willis says, okay. Nemo says, no tax pays for it, Yogi. The service you get compared to the amount of tax they take is disgusting. It shouldn't be so complicated, should it? Shouldn't be so complicated to get some care. The very word, health care. And it seems that we are lacking both. They don't truly offer health, right? They fix things that are broken, or they attempt to. Sometimes fixing one thing, if you ever watch the pharmaceutical commercials and they give you the long list, this is wonderful for this condition, but it may cause, and they list all this other horrible stuff that can and probably will happen. Now, here's the thing. For someone who is in a situation where they're in severe pain, when they're suffering debilitating illness, those risks might be worthwhile, right? Someone suffering MS. If you can prolong your health, if you can keep it off, I'm all for it. But there's other things. I remember reading a label on fat. This is way back when everything was fat free. They started making fat free Pringles, fat free, chips and other stuff. Everything had to be fat free. And on the can of the Pringles, it said fat free, a list of things that might happen. And one of them was may cause anal leakage. I thought, that's not something you put on food. That doesn't encourage me to buy this. May cause anal leakage. Ridiculous. So, all right, our healthcare doesn't have health in mind. It has profit in mind. And it doesn't have care in mind because they don't care, sadly. I'm not saying doctors don't. Some do. Some are excellent. And virtually every nurse I've ever met has cared tremendously. But the industry, the medical industry, they don't care. Skit says, I'm definitely interested in breathing. Otherwise, I would probably die. What's going on, Skits? You can Google that up. Uh, Willow says, I can't move my arm. Can you do some one arm Googling? Willow says, I mean, it's just my arm. I've done worse. That doesn't make me feel any better, my friend. Nightmare says, I've heard some horror stories from the US, though. You guys have a rough. Yeah, people will generally, if you ever have, even if you're well off, if you ever have a major health concern, chances are you're going to end up going broke, even if you have insurance. Michael says, hummus choked on a french fry. That's not good. Oh, Michael says, that was something I don't need to hear about eating dinner. I apologize, Michael. You did say you were eating dinner too. I apologize. Well, says I don't think my doctors will care. How that they just say what is it and do it, and yeah, that's okay. Sampa says the Monty Python, the Black Knight scene that ran through my mind. I apologize. Although it gives you a good laugh. Cat says, ooh, no leakage. Driving again. Bye. Bye, Cat. Yes, we should all just say no to anal leakage. We could say no to any leakage of bodily function fluids entirely and leave the conversation there. People who just came in and like, why is he talking about anal leakage? Why not? This is an all inclusive conversation, guys. Willa says, I'm texting what arm? So probably, well, I've done worse though. Still not happy to hear that though. Nemo says, look how much they made from the COVID pandemic, Yogi. It's worrying. It is worrying. It is. And when you consider that, and I'm not one for, you guys know I'm not one for conspiracy theories at all. But when the medical industry is concerned with profit, can you trust completely that um, everything isn't profit driven? Hey, Marie. Jitsu Marie playing Jinshin as Zongil. Zongli. Says, hey, how are you? Skid says, I mean, if I don't breathe, but no, I'm interested in some breath work. It's always a pleasure. Thank you. What's up, Jim Rat? Snippet says, Nightmare, not Al Qaeda, not now. Skid says, Appin with Cat and Jack. Snippet says, Nightmare. Michael was laughing. Nightmare just saying that's a touchy subject on live streams. Yeah, it is. Snippet says, Easy Yogi. Yeah, you're right. Michael says, sorry, not laughing at anyone in the chat, just the leakage topic. It's not something that people would expect in our normal conversations. Of course, we never have normal conversations. You never know what we're going to be talking about. Tim says he might say no to anal leakage, but anal leakage will not comply. This is true. It's a stubborn function, bodily function, isn't it? Jim Rat's laughing. Will says maybe I will think about it after the breath work. Stepper says back to ground level. Jim Rat. All right, then we're going to do some breath work in just a minute. Uh, Adam says he's talking about anal leakage. Why not? To be fair, I wasn't specifically talking about it. It's not like, hey guys, do you mind if we have a conversation about anal leakage? It's been a while. I have a serious topic to broach with you guys. It's about anal leakage. Um, it's a term I had never heard of. It was on an actual can of Pringles, fat free, because it was the Olestra. Do you guys remember Olestra? Anal leakage is wild. I was laughing. So I think they've since taken Olestra off the market. I'm glad I didn't buy them because one, I take no chances with leakage of any kind. Um, and two, I've never eaten a single Pringles are vegan, by the way. I've never eaten a single Pringle in my entire life. I've never eaten a single potato chip in my entire life. I haven't eaten less than a can of Pringles per. If I buy a can of Pringles, I'm eating a can of Pringles. This is why my diet is pretty strict because uh, when it when discipline goes, it goes big time off the rails. Cypress says, Michael, or cut down the prunes to every other day. Michael Zaffin says, I highly recommend you have anal leakage. Go see a doctor. I agree. I agree. Willa says, you always make me smile. Thanks, Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. I'm glad. I'm glad that we make you smile. Jim Zaffin, anal leakage. I'm glad I didn't put that in the title, today's conversation. Just a yogi, talking about anal leakage in his basement. That just doesn't, on any level, that does not sound right. Emmer says, you never had a packet of crisps? I've had all of them. If I open the package, I eat the package. That's the problem. I never had a brownie. I eat brownies, like all the brownies. If Mocha was here, she would confirm. Mocha has been here and confirmed before. Skit says, Amanda's going to be so disappointed she missed this conversation. You're absolutely right. She's going to be. This is, I guess, right up her alley, right? Sniper says it's strict because what's written on the outside of the packets. It says I'll never buy them again. I don't think they make it. Like I said, it was the ingredient was Olestra, which they use as a fat replacement, so they could call it fat free. It was not very good for you. So, my understanding, not that I have a deep understanding, nobody really says, oh, tap on the screen, chat, fireworks appear. Well, thank you. Not that I have a deep scientific understanding of leakage, anal leakage. I feel like I'm saying that way too much. Nobody really, CS says, oh, I'm not in blue. Let's see. How about another day? How about another day? Well, let's see. I'm going to take a chance, my friend. I'm taking a leap of faith, a leap of confidence. So, again, I'm not an expert on these things, but it's different. It's different than diarrhea. Another word that I didn't think I would ever say on a live stream. Um, the leakage part means that it's like all the time for like hours on end, and it's not. It's like a leak. It sounds pretty sick. It is pretty sick. Hey, Sab. Now I'll change the subject. Yogi, that should be a sticker slogan. Hashtag may cause anal leakage. Maybe we'll try it sometime. So, welcome to the blue. Nobody really. The question is for the anal leakage, would one use a plug? I think one would have to use a plug. Running Boy says Zoom lives and videos resume tomorrow. So, hey, Running Boy, the course worthwhile? How was it? Running Boy says all good skits. I passed. Excellent. Nice job, Running Boy. So, what's next? He says, yes, RB, congratulations, bro. I knew you would smash it. Let's go, Texas Chainsaw Running Boy. I like that. It says, riveting topic, sir. Hey, Taff. Taff, how are you? Taff says, hi, Yogi, and everyone else. Nice to see you, my friend. Guys, if you would like to connect to our friend Taff, we're going to make it just a little bit easier. So now we're going to sort of navigate into breath work after what our friend Nightmare called a riveting topic. One of us says a drainage pipe is needed in the hard to reach spots. But 50% of the people failed. Even more impressive, Running Boy. Sab says skits I actually used to buy them for my wife. And the person at the till used to give that shy look and say, "Yeah, I got got the squirts." Someone got the terror on their faces. It was so funny. Zipper says Running Boy have to tie their boots up. All right, so breath work. We're gonna do. Taff says I'm good. Thank you. How are you? Taff, I'm doing good, my friend. So we're going to do what's called Brahmari breath, which means bumblebee, black bee breath, or bumblebee breath. And there's a mudra that we do. Don't concern yourself with the mudra. We're going to have our eyes closed, a light focus at that point in between the eyebrows. Use your thumbs, put your fingers on your head. Use your thumbs to very lightly close off your ears. It makes a big difference. You want to close off your ears. Hey, Rebecca. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to breathe through my nose. You can use that Ujjayi breath, the Ha breath, the Vader cat breath, if you want to, on the inhalation. On the exhalation, we're going to hum and extend it. Our mouth is going to be shut, and we're going to make a B sound. So, Willow, I'm going to give a warning here that I'm going to make a sound. So, just so you can sort of brace yourself and let me know if it sounds okay to you. This is how you do the bee's breath, guys. I'm going to do it 2 or 3 times. Remember, my focus is here. I'm going to breathe in, seal off my ears. That was just 2 times. What I'm going to do is set a timer, because for this, I can't count for you guys, because there's no keeping time. The breath is going to be entirely up to you. How long you extend the exhale, you want to extend it as long as comfortably possible before it starts to like die off. You'll sense it. You'll sense that time. You just keep going. If it starts to waver towards the end, that's when you know you want to slide it in. It says, wait, do I make the noise breathing in or as you breathe out? So I'm going to take a breath in through my nose. As I exhale, Really keep that soft focus, guys, between the eyebrows and allow yourself to sink into that vibration of the hum. If you sink into that vibration, if you just give yourself away to that vibration as you focus, there'll be nothing but the hum. There'll be nothing but the vibration. Your mind will be silent. You will have withdrawn your senses from the outer world into the inner world. There are so many benefits to humming, by the way. It is a heart healthy, stress reducing, blood pressure reducing, um, and pulse reducing. I demonstrated this once for doctors. They took my blood pressure as well as my pulse, and they said, "Wow, that's really excellent." And I laughed and said, "Yeah, I could do better." They said, "What do you mean you can do better?" And I said, "Well, if I did some breath work, I could lower it." And they asked me to demonstrate. So I did the bees breath. It's got a lot of attention, by the way. Hey, Bill, it's food season. How are you, my friend? So I'm going to set a timer, meditation timer. Let me bring it up. I'm going to set it for 3 minutes. I'm going to have the timer very soft. I don't want it to disturb anyone. I will let you know when it starts. I'll let you know when it goes, although you might hear the timer too. Um, Before we start, let me know who's in. Thanks, Willow. I appreciate that. I appreciate the feedback. All right. So, hey, Austin, if you guys can close your eyes, Skits is in. Great. If you guys could close your eyes and relax. Notice your breath wherever you find it right now. You might be breathing through your nose, you might be breathing through your mouth, you might feel your breath in your belly or high in your chest. Doesn't matter. Just notice your breath, putting your attention very, very lightly on your breath. And now bring your attention to your nose. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Nice and easy. We're going to do bumblebee breath, which is the fifth limb of yoga. We're withdrawing the senses from the outer world to the inner world. So you're going on a journey, a vibratory journey, sacred vibrations, the actual vibration of the universe itself that corresponds with your breath. So please put your attention with your eyes closed at that point right between your eyebrows. Fingers on your head, thumbs by your ears. You're going to breathe in smoothly and deeply through your nose, no specific time. And when you're ready, you exhale. There's going to be a briefest pause between the inhalation and the exhalation. Just notice the pause and then hum. The higher pitched you can hum, the better it actually is. So with everyone nice and relaxed, your hands ready by your ears, we're going to begin now. Breathing in 3 minutes. Concentrate on that vibration. Sinking deeper and deeper with every breath. Keep sinking into that vibration. Keep that soft focus on the point between the eyebrows. There is just the vibration, there's just the breath. It's not how loud you can make the breath. Just went nice and steady. That point between your eyebrows is literally a gateway, higher state of consciousness. It taps into your intuition. Some might even say your psychic powers. This is a source of your inspiration, your creativity. And with the gong coming up, relax. Allow your breath to return to normal. Keep your eyes closed for just a moment. Focus still on that point between the eyebrows. Appreciate those vibrations. Vibrations connect you to the very source of everything, including you. So with every exhale, you return to the source. And with that, guys, open your eyes. For those who participated, let me know how it was. Sunshine, I do remember you. Sunshine butter with Stitch. I hope you had a good long break. I hope you had a good break. Evan says, you look after your whole house, and is it difficult? I do look after the house along with my brother, and varying degrees of difficulty, Evan. Samper says, hi, Evan. How's everything going with you, Evan? Bullet says, worst thing was the timer started and ending. I'm sorry. Let's see. It says, thanks, Yogi. That was a good breath. Always helps. Rebecca says, or Sniper says, Rebecca making shots low and left. Yeah. Bullet says, no, it's not that bad. Number says, thanks, Yogi. I don't know why, but the breath isn't as effective for me. Huh. We can work with it and see if we can. How's the pitch? You can vary the pitch and see which one resonates. Well, it says just shot me, I guess. That's understandable. It says that was awesome, but the dog jumped up whilst in my mid meditation. She must have been like, "What are you doing, making that silly noise?" Yeah. Will says it wasn't my favorite. Understandable. It's a powerful breath, though. It's worth keeping in the rotation. And the effects, I think, linger longer than a lot of the other ones. The key, the secret is to give yourself entirely to the vibration as you're gazing at that third eye, the sixth chakra. Willa says, Yogi, what do you think I should do with my arms? I don't know if I should go to the hospital. I really don't know. I feel it got worse, but I don't know. I think you should go to the hospital. Um, I know that it's a scary proposition, but because it's your arm, um, it's not something it's not something that you should worry about something bad happening to you while you're there. But something bad could happen if you don't go. Not trying to scare you. Evan says, oh, I'm sorry, Rebecca says, how are you, Yogi? Rebecca, I'm good. How are you? Congratulations on the merch. Evan says, I broke a sugar holder top, and I was asking who fixed a similar container so he could figure out how to fix it. My brother instantly narrated a story of me wanting to neglect it and fabricated a bad story about me. I didn't engage and just walked away. How do you feel about not engaging? Rebecca says, thank you, Yogi. I'm good. Thanks. Awesome, Rebecca. I'm glad to hear that. Willow says, yeah, probably, I guess. I know it doesn't scare me. That won't take a lot to scare me, except for noise. That's different. Understood. So we hit just over the hour mark. I will probably end the live stream shortly. Um, so I hope you do go to the doctor, Willow, the hospital. Keep us posted. It says, I'll tell you one thing though. Do not do an arm workout before doing that breath. My arms are like, ouch. Yeah, I can understand that. Um, Sometimes after the kettlebells and some pull-ups, when I do alternate, it's called anulom vilom, which is alternate nostril breathing. And even just doing this for an extended period of time, you start after an arm workout, you start feeling it. Neighbor says fact skits, same here. So that's the breath that I definitely want to cover with you guys. Well, it says I will go to the hospital. Don't worry, I will tell you on YouTube when I shorted it out. If I do, I will go and see what they will say. Thank you. I think they'll help you. If it's broken, they'll probably put it in a cast. I hope it isn't. Name says it's just my nightmare push-ups, and my arms are hurting holding them in that position. Understood. Evan says this guy always takes walnuts of truth with lies around it to character assassinate. Deal not engaging made me feel a little kind of, but I also think it didn't make it worse. The important thing about not making it worse. Had you engaged, would there have been a positive outcome? What would have been the positive outcome engaging further? Would it have changed anyone's mind? Would it have changed your brother's mind? Would your brother behave differently? Has he ever behaved differently when you engaged with him? Often an apology and said, hey, you know what? You're absolutely right. I do that. And I apologize. It says, nightmare just before Yogi's stream. I was watching Jace and doing some bench press and curls and was really pushing too. Added arms in the head was not expecting. So part of your training, part of the Shaolin monk training. Willis says, "Yep, I think they will ask so many questions. You know the story, Yogi. I'm just saying. I don't know. I just fell because I'm not going through all this. You shouldn't have that and all of this. I understand, Willa." Danny says, "It's amazing. Days of May is on here, so you can sing happy birthday." Guess what, Danny? She was here, and I did sing her happy birthday. We had a lot of fun. Skit says, "I would love to be a Shaolin monk." Hey, you ever practice a horse stance? Sniper says, "Rewind 35 minutes." Yep. Will says, "Yeah, I mean, for someone who sells harm, I'm going to have it." Yeah, they don't need to know. They just need to fix. Evan says he's never done that. Also, my dad always picks his side, but also does his dishes. They take advantage of each other. So the fact that he's never done that, he's never acknowledged that he's wrong, means you could engage all you want. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to feel worse for doing so. It's going to deplete your energy. You're doing a Don Quixote tilting at windmills, hoping that this time, if I just engage stronger, finally, he's going to see. But you know he's not. Work on yourself. You're never going to fix your brother. You're never going to fix your father. You're not broken. You don't need to be fixed, but you need to look within and see that by trying to engage, by trying to change them, it just puts you in a position of hurting yourself. Let's see. Skit says, "No, but I will look it up. Horse stance. Is that the stance where they cross their legs? That would be eagle pose or lotus pose, depending what position you're thinking. Horse stance is the Shaolin monks will do it for hours. It's a wide stance, and then you squat down about a quarter way down. You put your hands upwards, fist upwards by the hips. You sink into that position and you hold it. Wim Hof does it, and he'll have his people do it for like an hour. Willis says, "I'm winging it. You prefer me to tell you on one of your shorts or videos that are amazing? Just saying, or on your live in the morning or afternoon. If you tell me otherwise, I don't know what will happen. Whatever is easiest for you." I'm on Facebook Messenger too. So if anyone ever wants to message me on Facebook, feel free. Imagine holding two buckets out. Wide legs. Yep. Skit says, "Oh, I could do that easy. I have no soap on my face. Just found all day." But standing's easy compared to this. Look up horse stance on YouTube. All kinds of good stuff. I used to do it daily. I used to do Qigong standing meditation where you were in a slight horse stance. Your hands are open by the navel center. You imagine a ball of light and you move the hands very softly, spreading the light, contracting the light, spreading the light. And then you can actually offer that as a prayer. You push it out, bring it back to the heart center. Big Al says, "You're still alive?" Yep, just for a little bit longer. A minute, 2 minutes. Simon says, try arms extended out wide and make small circle movements with both arms straight, squatting for 10 minutes straight. There you go. Yeah, I learned horse stance when I was maybe 10 or 11, and I took a local class, Shotokan Karate. I later switched as I got older to Taekwondo for quite some time, then did some kickboxing, and then later Kempo Karate. And then I saw the original UFC, and I thought, man, I need to learn how to do some groundwork. But Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was still pretty new. There was only a few schools in the U.S., one of them being in New York, which is pretty far from me. The others in California. I think there was one in D.C., which isn't that far, but I didn't want to drive down. However, we had a great judo school. Danny says, so I took judo. Danny says, Yogi, I hear your cats meow. Hey, she wandered away. I was going to get her to say meow back to you. Let's see. Will says, what do you think would be easier? Well, probably replying on one of the shorts, I would see it quicker. So either the shorts or if you're up at 5 a.m., the 5 a.m. live stream, and Facebook Messenger is always easy. Nightmare says meow. He says I will try it in the morning. It's a good morning practice to do every day. Yoda says, can I see the cats? I haven't seen them yet. I can see if they'll wander back in. It's 9 for Willow. Gotcha. Simpa says I started off doing judo, working my way to the mystical Denmark. That would have been interesting to take had it been presented here. I did a brief foray into ninjutsu. I'm actually Facebook friends with my original Taekwondo and then ninjutsu teacher when I was a kid. Nightmare says, I don't think I've ever seen your cat, Yogi.
Hello.
Hello. What do we have going on here?
So I was summoned
by.
It sounded like a come here now. Meow.
She wandered away. She must have known you were coming.
She didn't. She's still there. She knows.
Hey. Make a cat sound and see if you can make her come in.
Go, go.
Usually if I snap, she'll come running.
She has a message.
What's the message?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eric. Happy birthday to you. Told you she had a message. It wasn't like made up. It's meow. It's genuine. You asked a question earlier as well. Where did the mooing originate from? And then you said, we'll blame Jace.
Yeah, there it is. Hey.
Did you hear that?
I did hear
that. She said also that you've been lying to us. Hello, sweetie. Meow.
You guys might want to tell me to vacuum my floors. I do need to vacuum my floors.
Hi, Cat and Jack.
Hey, Cat and Jack.
Is it Monday today for Cat and Jack? What day is it for Cat and Jack today?
It's not Monday yet. I think we are like on Thursday for Cat and Jack. Maybe
Oh,
Wednesday.
Thursday.
Yep,
Okay.
Wednesday or Thursday.
But yes, Nightmare. There you go, buddy. As I said, yes, it was me that started the mooing, and if you remember, I came on that one stream, and meh, 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 and then it became a.
It did. I think those were the.
Where did Mushy P start? That's the thing, though.
I think that started with skits. He talked about something about eating mushy peas, and I was like, "Why would you mush peas?" And it spiraled from there.
Yeah, I did realise that you had the audacity to say something about like only potatoes were allowed to be mashed. All veg deserves to be mashed, you know. You can't just single one out and say that's the only one.
If I had it my way,
I said that. Unity in the mash. Unity in the mash unity.
If I had it my way, I wouldn't even mash potatoes. But I made a vow to a good friend.
Eric Lapointe. There you go, brother. He'd just like to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you, Eric Lapointe.
So obviously origination. Things have to be original for them to originated from somewhere, and it's just always been such a joy and a pleasure for me to be able to exude my daftness and it be so well appreciated within the humble community. And the amount of joy that it's brought you is unreal. And that's what makes it worthwhile. You spread so much love, so much kindness, and you give to so many people all the time. You're just starting to realise that some of us like to give back to the man that gives to everybody else.
Well, thank you, Jace. I appreciate those kind words.
It's always a pleasure. And as you said, unless we're giving to other people, we're not enjoying things ourselves. And it's just part of the family that we've got. Whether it be the music, whether I saw Reaper doing a video with somebody, and Eric Lapointe was on this little grass tractor behind. Not sure if anybody else has seen it, but check out one of Reaper's shorts.
I will.
It was quite comical. Right, I'm going to love and leave you all 9 seconds. Sorry, Eric. Namaste.
Namaste to you, my friend. Thank you, Jace. Eric Lapointe, thank you for those birthday wishes. Nightmare says, a Hoover, sir, Yogi. Yeah, I actually, I don't know how that got so close. I don't have a serviceable, I have a hand vacuum. And I have one of those old-fashioned, non-mechanical ones or non-electrical ones. None of them do much good. So I need to get a new one soon. Danny says, Yogi, you need to put Jace in your basement. Jace has been in the basement on Sundays doing reps. Cypress said, oh, good to see. We got a sweet kitty from Cat and Jack. She is a sweet kitty. The other one is smaller. So Willow says, just a bigger version of my cat. Yeah, the other one, her sister, is a bit smaller. The Mac would be used in conjunction with stabbing fingers technique, attacking the pressure points on the meridian lines on the opponent's body, jamming and blocking chi. So I'm actually speechless. Thank you again, Eric Lapointe. Mushy peas with fish and chips is the best thing on earth. That's how the conversation started. It says Eric Lapie, legend. He is a legend. Bo says, we're going to go to the hospital now. I will keep you in the background. Need to grab stuff and then get to my car. So we'll keep you on the background, my friend. I will also keep you updated. Thank you. We're going to end the live stream in just a minute. I'm so happy that you're going. Thank you, Willow. Happy birthday. Nightmare says Brother LP was pushing down trees with his bare hands. Not surprising. Hey, Muhammad. Thanks for coming in. Nightmare says you guys are awesome. Skid says, no, it's great being able to be ourselves in these communities, not being judged for our mushy pea fondness. I agree. If I have come across harshly towards the mushy peas, I apologize. She says it's Stacey's birthday today and she is live too. She came in and I was able to sing. And I think, you know what? Not to humble brag, I think it might have been my best version of Happy Birthday to date. It's only getting better. And I got my work cut out for me because we have Goldie, Sniper, and who was the other person? 3 people share the same birthday. Bo says, all right, yeah, it's a good job. I made it on this live stream. Otherwise, we've been going to the hospital. I wouldn't have been going. Yes, I'm glad. Stephen says, just imagine trees on my command. Hey, Roll Calls Cabin, how are you? Hello, and how you doing? I'm doing good, my friend. How about you? Man, I'm loving your shorts. I'm loving your videos. Hey, Miss Flipper. Miss Flipper. Oh, Sniper says Miss Flipper. Got you. Now I remember. Eric Point says, so the big 60. I got a month and 2 days before that hits. I've been told I don't look a day over 74, though. Well, it says a bit longer. It's in April, but yeah. Yep. Well, it says the birthday is coming up. Yeah, we're going to have a big April celebration. You, Selma, Toy Pups, me, and there's a couple other people. Now I can't remember. We'll figure it out. Eric Point is laughing. We get away from village food season. Let's see. Kevin says, I'm good. Thank you. Some awesome work that you're doing. Muhammad says, happy birthday, full of health, happiness, and the most beautiful moments of eternal happiness and a long life. Greetings is from my mother to you, my dear friend, Yogi. Thank you so much, Muhammad, and thank you from your mom. I always enjoy your company and your mom's. Full disclosure, it's not my birthday. Well, every day is my birthday, but this is not my specific birthday. Jason waves a cabin. Willis says, well, this is laughing. Says, back to listening to you in the background. Kevin waves at Jace. Nemo says, we must plan a cool gift for Yogi's 60th. So I'll get my thinking cap on. Either the day of my birthday or maybe the day before or the day after. I'm going to shoot for my own holy grail, the kettlebell triathlon, which is 10-minute set of clean and jerks. Don't put the bells down for the entire 10 minutes. Then you can rest as long as you want. I'm going to probably rest for 10 minutes. And then you do a 10 set of jerks, 10-minute set of jerks. Rest again, and then you do a 10-minute set of one arm snatch where you switch halfway through. Danny says, I think it's Jason's birthday tomorrow. Is it? We'll sing to Jason anyway, even if it isn't. Will says his birthday is on April the 17th, right? Yep. I think I'm right with that if I remembered it right. You did remember it right. Sniper says, night, Eric. Nanumaste. I love that. Good night, Sniper. Nanumaste to you, my friend. So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Willow, keep me posted, please. If you want to look me up on Facebook Messenger, Eric McCarty, you'll see the photo. There's one of me and my dogs, and there's one of me standing in front of a waterfall. Eric Point says another great live. Thank you, Eric. And thank you so much for the super chat. That happy birthday wish. Always making me laugh. I will see everyone tomorrow, right? We'll do some more breath work. Will says, all right, bye, Yogi. I will keep you updated. If I don't say in YouTube, I will tomorrow or Facebook. Yep, we'll do okay. Thank you, Willa. Good night, Danny. Danny, be safe tomorrow. I know you're getting some bad weather. Will says, have a good night, Yogi. You too. Kevin says, everyone take care. You too, my friend. Nightmare says, thanks for the awesome live, as always. And another thanks for creating a safe space for all these wonderful people to be themselves, Sir Yogi. Thank you so much, Nightmare. Let's all work to keep it that way. Night, everyone. Much love, and much love to you too, Skits. Thank you. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, my friends.